It's kind of crazy that I had to wait about 1.5 years for a figure of Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka Tano, but here we are. I decided to just get this deluxe version because it's basically the standard one, but with extra stuff. And I really liked the extra stuff that was being offered here, and I decided let's just go for this one, because I don't need two Ahsokas on the shelf where the only difference is that one has cloth on her and the other does not. I am just not that kind of collector. So I decided to pass on the main one. When I reviewed that wave, I omitted Ahsoka, but here is Ahsoka, because she's a deluxe and comes with extra stuff. Congratulations, you're getting your own video. She's really nice. She's basically what I've come to expect out of modern vintage collection, which is she is very, very, very good. Is she like top tier, 3 3/4 inch figures of all time for me? Probably not, because I'm not like super big into Jedi figures. I don't collect all the Jedi. I don't have all the different versions of Ahsoka, but this is probably my favorite one so far. I really like the Mandalorian one as well, I should say the Mandalore one, because this is the Mandalorian one. A little confusing. But even though I do have other versions of Ahsoka, I don't have them all, this one is still up there. When it comes to recent vintage collection figures, yes, she's very good. If you like her, you should get her. She is great. Ahsoka has quickly became a fan favorite. I can see why. Her portrayal in The Mandalorian was great. This figure's great. I think if you get a vintage collection Ahsoka, maybe get the main carded one to have in the package still, if you just want to have it on your wall. But if you want the figure, this is the way to go, because you get a lot of awesome accessories here, and I think it's well worth it. So let's just look at the box real quick, because, it's the box. You can see a picture of Ahsoka. She's got her a little owl there. I don't know the name. Also, keep in mind, I can Google it just like you can. I'm not worried about it. Here's the name. I Googled it. I'm not like a super, oh my gosh, I need to know the names of every little background character that hardly has a character at all. The owl, it's funny, I don't really know its name, but it was the selling point for me, because I just think the owl looks really nice. Yeah, you can see what you get. You get Ahsoka and Grogu. It's actually the same images on the front, pretty much. Yeah, it's a nice set. I like the pictures of the figure and everything. It's good. I like it. Am I keeping this box? No, I'm not. So, we got Ahsoka here. She looks very nice. Let's get into it. So you can see the figure looks stunning. The likeness to Rosario Dawson is incredible. I am continuously shocked at how well they can get the likenesses at such a tiny scale. Faces tinier than my pinky thumb. My pinky finger nail. How about that? It's astonishing. It really is. It is absolutely incredible. That looks just like her. That is Rosario Dawson right there as a little action figure. The head tails look really nice. I love all the blue paint and everything. The face looks really good. The lightsabers look really nice. I love the white. I love the paint on the hilts, too. They just look very metallic for being just a little toy. All this little detail and everything in them. I'm dude, they're just going all out with the paint. Look at the side there. Look at all that. Look at all this little detail. Her pants are pretty basic. She's kind of got a basic costume in The Mandalorian, but I really like her costume. I really liked the cloak, too. That's what really sold me on this one, because she comes with the cloak. She does also have the hood, which is kind of... not the greatest thing in the world. I find it easiest if you, get her little head tail. It's called, a leku or something. I don't know. Maybe, pop her head off. Ooh! Almost had that fall off the desk. And then, let's feed that into the cloak. Pop it back on. And then let's see if it can kind of go over her head. Because I think it kind of can. But just because of the odd shape of her head, as well as the fact that they still haven't really mastered how to do soft goods at this scale, I don't think it's going to turn out that great. Let's see. It's not bad. It's not too bad. Maybe, I don't know. I've noticed if you, spray it down with something to, stiffen the fabric, it looks better. If you have it held down, maybe with some really tiny pieces of double-sided tape, it'd look great, but as soon as you let it go, it's obviously going to look like an action figure with a big goofy hood on it. But yeah, it looks nice, though. For what it is, it's a little cloak. Let's get the cloak off, though, so we can look at all the figure. So take the lightsabers out, because she holds them well enough, but if you're moving her around, she's not going to keep it on forever. So removing that, we can see the rest of her costume. I do like how they still kept the detail of like her shoulders being exposed, because I just feel like that's such a, you know, normal character design of Ahsoka, and it just makes her very recognizable. I almost kind of want to display her without it, because I just feel like that orange, like at her shoulders and her face, like it's just so recognizable as Ahsoka. I almost feel like covering a lot of that up with the cloak, almost you kind of lose it in a way. It's an odd thing, I know, talking about an action figure's shoulders, but I don't know, something about that look. This is probably my favorite design for Ahsoka. I like that it's more mature. I like that it's more, you know, it's Rosario Dawson too, and she did an amazing job. This figure is just incredible. I love all the little tassels in the back. The paint for the skin tone is actually really nice. Sometimes they kind of get that a little iffy. But yeah, dude, it looks great. It looks great. I kind of love the callback to her like season 3 outfit with the little triangles. That was kind of like on her legs and arms, I think. She had little triangles showing her skin a little bit. I do like that little callback. I don't really see any callback to like the Mandalore sort of era, but it still looks really nice. So her articulation's really good. For having the Leku or head tails or whatever, you can get her head tilted pretty well, up and down. Shoulders, pretty much what you would expect. The elbows are pretty nice. A little above 90, just the tiniest bit. I do believe, again, because she is a female figure, that she doesn't have any hinges at the wrist, just because her wrists are so tiny. They couldn't really fit that in, but I can forgive it. It's not the most crucial point of articulation. Her torso actually has a really nice ball joint. Like, it's surprisingly nice. You get a lot of back, which I kind of am surprised they do so much back articulation. It does start to look a little odd, though, once you, like, really bring it back a lot. Like, it looks a little awkward. I'm sorry, it kind of does. But still, you know, you can get some tilt out of it. You get a little bit of crunch, but not nearly as much crunch as you can back. Her legs move out pretty decently with all the little stuff on the side. Moves front pretty well, thigh swivel. You got that knee. The knee's actually kind of funny because it's so thick, because she has these really baggy pants. I do like how they did this. I think it's pulled off well. She has these very big knee joints, but I noticed there's a hole through the knee joint because the hinge is so big. So maybe be careful with how you're posing her. If, like, you're taking a picture, you don't want to be able to see through her leg, because you could maybe even fit her lightsaber through that if you get it right. I wonder. Almost. It's starting to poke through. I don't want to damage it, but yeah, maybe be a little careful with the knees, because, ooh, maybe I can get it through that one. Definitely, I got to. Ooh, maybe. Yep, there we go. So yeah, you can fit her lightsaber through her knee. Definitely keep that in mind. All right. Ankles move up and down, and they've got some pivots. So overall, she's got some good articulation. She's a very nice figure. I really do like her. And like I said, I think I prefer her, even though I got the deluxe version because it comes with the cloak and the owl and all that. I think I prefer how the figure looks without the cloak, just because the design, you know, just seeing the shoulders and, you know, not having a big cloak, it just feels more like Ahsoka to me. So yeah, you know, I don't know how I'll display her. You know what? You know the nice thing? I can alternate. How about that? Let's just alternate. Isn't that great? You can change things after the fact. That's wonderful. I love it. All right, so let's keep that cloak there. Let's go over the accessories a little bit, and then we'll call it a day. So let's talk about Grogu first. I am not a super-duper Grogu collector. I am not a crazy big fan of Grogu. I don't cry every time I see him. But I do love his character. I think it's a cool idea, a cool concept. In hindsight, he was absolutely made to milk merchandise. But you know what? I'll take this version because he's kind of like reaching out for a little hug or, you know, using the Force or whatever. I think it looks cute. And it looks good, too. I like the head. I'm unsure if this head is a reuse of another Grogu. You'll have to forgive me. We're on quite a few now at this point. But it's a pretty neutral Grogu head. Nothing too special going on. But I love his accessories. He comes with a little rock that he's like floating with the Force. You know, he's floating it with the Force. That's really cute. It's just a little rock. But, almost dropped that, he also does come with a little shifter knob that he's floating with the Force. I think it's really cool. I just think it's a really cool detail. Like, I might actually want to just display him with the shifter knob next to Mando, just because I think that's such a cute little scene right there. And I like it. You know, I like the option with Grogu, but I didn't get the Incinerator Deluxe because, oh, it comes with flames and another Grogu, because I don't need another Grogu, but this time his eyes are closed. One figure, I got the big Razor Crest. I have not opened the Grogu that comes with that yet, because I'm debating whether or not I even want it, because it's worth like over $100, but also it's slightly different, and it has the metal, you know, baby carriage. We'll see. Last thing, we've got the owl. It's the owl and a lantern. It's amazing. So the owl's very cute. I love the green. I love the colors. I just think the owl was totally worth it, man. It makes it worth it. It makes it a very worthwhile, viable deluxe. And one thing I do love too, you do get the lantern. While it's not a very important accessory, you don't really have anything for the owl to perch on other than that, but they did design it in such a way where I just keep drop kicking everything. They designed the owl in such a way where there's a notch right down there that you can kind of notch him into the lantern. So he does have something to perch on. That just looks really cute, man. I really like it. It's nice. Overall, I really like this set. It's, to me, really worth it. It's a nice deluxe set. I am very happy I decided to get this instead of the standard one, because I look at all the stuff that's on the desk and just think like, yeah, I would have liked to have that. Like, if I just got the standard Ahsoka, I would have missed having the little floating orbs and having that different version of Grogu, because I feel like the different pose kind of makes it a little more worth it, but I didn't need it. The thing I really needed, I really wanted the cloak, and the owl is just too cool. It's just too cool, man. I love it. Alrighty, guys, there we go. Let me know what you think of this deluxe Ahsoka down in the comments below. Do you prefer this one over the standard release? Are you going to get this? Do you like the Black Series one more? Let me know. Because I feel like Black Series and TVC, like, they're so neck and neck nowadays. When it comes to quality, they're so neck and neck. I think they're both great. Personally, I'm on Team TVC, but let me know what you think. Alrighty, guys, there we go. Special shout out to the patrons at Patreon. Thank you all so much for your continued support. Alrighty, there we go. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.